And we are going to start. My wonderful assistant Drew is helping us. If you have any question, please say it in the chat. And with this, anybody ready? Say yes in the chat if you are ready. I am so ready. Stephanie, I see you. Woodrow, Gisela, let's go then. Let me share this beauty. Yes, I see Roman, Amit. I am so excited to be here. If you did not know, you are in a webinar on how to stop procrastinating in 30 days. And if you did not know this, my name is Patty. My name is Patty Johnston, and I am a leadership coach. I'm a life coach, and I'm actually the founder of a program called How to Stop Procrastinating in 30 Days. And we're going to be sharing this next 45 minutes or so together. So I don't know if you know this, but there are actually two ways to listen. There are actually two ways to listen. I don't know if you guys knew this, but I'm going to give you a little example so that you can illustrate what I mean with this. So most of us have been in planes before, right? I was in one up until this morning. And I don't know you, tell me if you're guilty of this, but in the past, I used to just be there. I mean, still, I've been there, and then these lovely ladies start giving the instructions and the emergency exit and all this, and I get distracted. Anybody guilty of this? I start looking at the magazine, sending the last little text to somebody, looking out the window. Anybody? I've been guilty of that so many times. So what happens is I am there. Whiska says I'm a flight attendant, very guilty. I know. So this is the thing. We are there and we are listening, but not quite. Anybody? Miriam says guilty. Yes, we're there, but not really. Amit says yes. So even though we're present, we're not getting the instructions. But what if this lady were to come to you and say to your ear, you better pay attention because this flight is going to go down today? Would you listen differently? I know I would. I know I would listen to every single word that this person would say. I see you guys. Mine's magic. I don't know what your name is. Tell me. Melissa, 100%, Whiska. So why would you pay attention? Because your life would depend on it. So what I'm going to ask you today, guys, is to listen like if your life depended on this information today. You can be there, you can get distracted, and you're just going to waste 1 hour of your time. I'm going to ask you to actually be here because this is a gift from you to you. This information is not for me. I already learned this a long time ago. This is for you. So if this is the case, I'm going to ask you to listen this way. Okay, you guys ready? So first, I'm going to ask you to turn your video on. The reason is be fully present because we get distracted if no one's watching, right? Been there, done that. So turn your video on. Second, stop everything else you're doing. Everything. Oh, let me send this email. Oh, let me send the text message. I promise you, no one's gonna die if you don't send the text message in the next 1 hour. I promise you that. So stop everything else you're doing. Use the chat box. Oh, I feel lonely sometimes just talking and talking here. That's okay, Miriam. So just interact with me. I'm gonna be asking questions, but let me know if you're listening. The more you engage, the more you're going to learn. That's fine, Amit. And then focus on you. This is your gift for yourself, the gift of time and the gift of information to make sure that you are fully present. Anybody commitment is to be fully present here today? Say yes in the chat. I am all in. I'm all in. So everybody, I'm going to tell you something that is going to sound very strange. This webinar is not only all in, all in. Yes, I see you guys. Angel, Tyler, I love it. Corita, I imagine. So I'm going to tell you something interesting. This webinar is not only about procrastination. Oh, Patty, and that's what I wanted to learn. Actually, this webinar is going to show you how to soar to success. In this webinar, I am going to personally show you how to soar to success. Anybody ready for being successful? If you're all in, you're going to learn a lot. So I am so excited. And everybody, I have a very special gift from me to you by the end of this meeting. So from this point until the end, it's going to be about 30 minutes. Shirley, I see you. Tanaleya. Oh, you see, I have dyslexia. If I mispronounce your name, sorry about that. Correct me at the end. So I'm going to have a gift for each of you, those who stay until the end. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Stay until the end. I promise it's worth it. So anyway, well done, guys, for being here. And if you have not noticed yet, I have an accent. I'm pretty sure you have. So let me tell you the story of my life in 1 minute. I was born in Colombia, South America, and I was very blessed that I was able to move here to the US when I was a single mom. My son was 3 years old. I moved to the US. I'm a very proud American citizen. I love this country. But then I had a chance to go and move to the UK. I lived in London for 1 year, and then I moved to Australia. And I lived in Australia for 5.5 years. And because of all this background, I've been able to train people from more than 30 countries from all around the world. And I've trained corporations, big companies, small companies, solopreneurs, mamapreneurs. I've been invited to many, many podcasts, radio shows. I've been on TV a few times. Oh my goodness, my mom was so proud. And people come to me, it's like, Patty, you live such a great life, traveling the world, being on TV. Oh my goodness, you've been so successful. But it sounds very glamorous, but I actually have a confession. Anybody ready for the confession? I was actually born a procrastinator. Oh my goodness, my favorite word used to be mañana. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, no, I didn't have time today, but tomorrow for sure. Anybody? Later. No, not right now, but later. Diego, Whiska. Next week, for sure, next Monday. Oh, next year. No, this was not my year, but next year is my year. Anybody? Oh my goodness, that was the story of my life. And people were like, well, Patty, but is that bad? It is that bad, guys, because it's been proven that procrastination is the biggest enemy of success. Procrastination is the biggest enemy of success. And because we're going to be talking about procrastination, let's see what the definition of procrastination is. So procrastination is the action of delaying or postponing something. The action of delaying or postponing something, de mañana, oh, the tomorrow, the next year. But most of it all, everybody, procrastination is an avoidance strategy. Avoidance, Patty, avoidance of what? Avoidance of pain. Let me show you what my life used to look like and see if it can relate to yours. So this is what I call the cycle of procrastination. And the cycle of procrastination starts with anxiety. And you're anxious because you know exactly what to do, right? It's not that we don't know. We know exactly what to do, but we're dreading it. Oh my goodness, I know I have to do blah. Anybody? But because you don't want to do it, then you exchange it for pleasure. Let me give you an example. I used to be in sales, and every day I would wake up and say, oh my goodness, I'm going to follow up with 5 people today. 5 people. But deep inside, I was dreading it because I was afraid of rejection. I didn't want these people to think, oh, Patty's so annoying. Oh, here she goes again. Anybody? So what I would do is like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna call these 5 people, but first, let me check social media for a moment. And I would look, I'm like, what? So and so got married? And they didn't invite me. I cannot believe this. And I would go and check one and one and one picture after the next. 2 hours later, I was looking at the profile of the grandmother who I've never met in my life. Just wasting time. Anybody? So what I've been doing, what I was doing, Melissa, I see you. Diego, 100%, we're going to talk about fear of success. What I was doing is I was exchanging the anxiety for pleasure. But the problem with this is that after pleasure comes the guilt. Oh my goodness, another morning wasted. Oh, another week wasted. Another year wasted. I've been stuck for years, people say to me. That was the story of my life. And after the guilt comes even more anxiety. So you see, it's a vicious cycle. Starts with anxiety, ends up with even bigger anxiety. And if you do this cycle over and over again, you become angry. Angry at who? Angry at yourself. Because how is it possible that me knowing exactly what to do and being able to do it, I still don't do it? Anybody can relate to the cycle of procrastination? Has anybody danced with this? I did it for years and years and years. I see Melinda, Melissa, Coretta, the story of my life. So this used to be me. Let me know if this sounds like you all the time. Patty, nice name, Kirsty. I used to be stressed. I used to be so stressed because I had so much going on. Oh my goodness, this and that. I was like, what's my life come to? And I used to feel very tired. And I was tired because I was doing a lot, but not achieving much. Anybody? Stress or overwhelmed? I used to be overwhelmed because I had so many things on my plate. I didn't even know where to start. And I would start one and then go to the next one and the next one and then have a lot of halfway projects. I used to feel very overwhelmed and then guilty because I had 100% of God-given talent that I was not even using. I don't know, like 40% of it. So I used to feel guilty because I knew I had the talent, I knew I had the skills, but still I was not doing any with it. And last, I was disappointed. I was disappointed on myself because I didn't have anybody else to blame but me. Anybody stressed, tired, overwhelmed, or guilty or disappointed? Oh my goodness, I used to feel all of them at the same time. So I'm going to tell you what happened in my life, okay? I come from a very good family, I have very nice parents, and my sister, well, my sister, she thinks she's perfect, but she's not perfect. She is almost perfect. And growing up, this is how her room used to look like. Oh my God, and so organized. She will never forget a homework. She will be on time every day for school. Miss Perfect. Me? I was the opposite. This is how my room used to look like, literally. And my parents were like, Patty, you're such a mess. Look at your room. And the thing is, that room was like just showing how my mind was. I was all over the place. I would not fulfill any appointment. I would be late every day. I would forget my backpack, my homework. So my parents were like, Patty, there's something really wrong with you. And one day This is little Patty. This is me when I was about 10 years old. We were just having dinner one night, my dad, my mom, and my sister and myself, and I spilled my milk like I used to. And my dad was a good dad, but he didn't know any better back then. He looked at me and he said, Patty, you are a mess. I really don't see a future for you. And that little smile really got erased and quick after he said that. And he said, I hope you get a good husband someday because I don't know what's going to happen with you in your future. And that crushed me because I thought there was something really, really wrong with me. And on top of it all, I got pregnant when I was very, very young. I was a teenager. So my parents were like, oh my goodness, now you ruin your life, Patty. What are you going to do? So I moved to the US, thankfully, and I found a job that was long hours. I was getting underpaid. I was very stressed and frustrated. Anybody has ever had a job that you didn't like or a boss that you didn't like? Where you're like, okay, so what am I gonna do here? That was me, Whiska, I see. So I discovered that I have ADD, attention deficit disorder, and I have dyslexia, but I decided to study about psychology and created a system that will help me get unstuck. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I have the solution, I think. I'm going to open my own company. So I had $2,000 and I opened my own company with $2,000 in July of 2004. And 18 months later, in December of 2005, I sold my company for $500,000. I couldn't believe it. Caitlin, 100%. ADD, dyslexia, all these things. Oh my goodness, that has such a big impact in me and society and then places. And I just couldn't believe the dyslexic, disabled, immigrant, single mom would have made that much money. I never seen that much money altogether in my life. And then I decided to go into real estate. And my broker back then said, Patty, it's going to take you a long time because there are 44,000 realtors in Tampa alone. 44,000. I'm like, oh, well, he didn't know I had a system already. So I was ranked number 10 out of 44,000 realtors. Oh, in my first year, by the way. I I couldn't believe it. Yeah, with ADD, with everything against me, I made it. And then that's when people started coming to me like, Patty, would you help me? Saying, Melissa, I have ADD, I'm a single mom, or I've been stuck forever, I procrastinate. So I started sharing with others what I had learned that had made me successful. And that's why I told you at the beginning, this is not only about procrastination. I am going to show you what I've shown every single person that has come to me in the past. So I'm going to show you what changed my life. So this is what happened to me from being frustrated and stressed and stuck to have the job that I love to do, helping others, traveling the world. I traveled 10 months last year all around the world internationally, living my dream. So I'm no better than you. I'm going to show you today, I'm going to show you my secrets. Anybody ready? So I'm going to share with you my 3 secrets of what I call to change the excuses for action and explain how you can work together with me. At the end, I'm going to explain that so that you can get the results that you need to get. Same or better than me? It is possible. Oh, somebody, I'm not really sure, Drew, what's happening there. So anybody is ready? Are you ready? Say yes in the chat. I am so ready. Let's go. Oh my goodness. But before we start, there's a disclaimer. I see you, Dee. So what you are about to hear, Kirsty, I see Antoinette, Angel, Melissa, oh my goodness. What you're about to hear from me, you might have noticed already, is very different from what you've heard before. My style and the things I'm going to share is very unique. And you know, I've seen YouTube, other coaches this has come from my heart and it's very, very different and it works. So just bear with me. If that's the case, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So, secret number 0. Oh my goodness, Patty. I thought it was only 3 secrets. Well, this is my bonus secret. You're welcome. So, secret number 0 is you need to be an honest person. What, Patty? What are you talking about? Being honest? What does that have to do with procrastination? Well, I meet with many, many people. I mean, hundreds, if not thousands so far. And sometimes people, they're like, well, Patty, it's bad, but it's not that bad. Yeah, I'm surviving, Patty. It's not too bad. And you cannot change what you don't acknowledge. You cannot change what you don't acknowledge. So secret number 0 is you need to be honest with yourself. That's the only beginning for a change. Anybody? If you're honest with yourself, that is the best first step. And that's my secret number 0. You are welcome, my extra secret. Let's go with secret number 1. To change anything within you, you need to know why you're doing it in the first place. To change anything within you, you need to know why you're doing it in the first place. So basically, I have an uncle and he had like a headache for 40 days. And then he's like, Patty, oh my God, the headache. Finally, he went to the doctor. And the doctor didn't say, oh my goodness, 40 days, just have some ibuprofen or any painkillers. That would be wrong. The doctor said, go and do a blood test and have an MRI, from your brain. They needed to find the real reason for his headaches. And it's exactly the same with procrastination. Most people think, oh, I can stop procrastinating if I just try hard enough, if I have a calendar, if I read books or videos, or if I really, really, really want it and put my mind into it. Everybody? That doesn't work. It does not work because we need to address the real reasons for procrastination. Starting with, I think somebody said it there, fear. Fear of what, Patty? Fear of failure? Anybody? If you have experience or are experiencing these fears, please let me know in the chat. Fear of failure, fear of success. Patty, how is that possible to be afraid of success? Yes, yes, yes. Fear of looking stupid, 100%. I am. Yes, yes. Fear of judgment. Caitlin, I think you said it. Fear of conflict, fear of the unknown. Oh my goodness. All of these were major, major fears for me. And reality is, I don't know if you guys, but I didn't have the perfect family. Not even close. And a lot of the things that we lived through childhood come during our adult time and show up again. So, childhood issues, adult trauma. Many of us have experienced, sadly, things that have damaged, a lot of in ourselves, fears, the way we see things in life. So adult traumas, mental issues, mental disorders, disabilities. I like to call it different abilities like ADD. We talked about this before, ADHD, Asperger's syndrome, depression. Yes, all of those, divorce, 100%. All of those are factors that affect the way we see things and the way we act, and personality and cultural. I'm not gonna say if that's a picture from Colombian people, but it might be. In some of our families or our culture, they tend to be like, it's okay, we'll address it at some point. It happens and then affects the way we do things. So on top of it all, we have different types of procrastination. Did you know that there are actually 5 types of procrastinators? And I'm gonna ask you, if you see yourself in any of these types, let us know in the chat. First one, first type of procrastination, perfectionist. Oh, Patty, I'm not gonna do it because it's not great enough or it's not perfect enough. Oh, it's not good enough. I don't know. Fear of judgments. What are people gonna think? Oh, I don't know. What if it goes wrong? Fear of failure. Oh, I see a few perfectionists here. Guilty, 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 guilty. And the thing is, you don't complete much because nothing is perfect. So my OCD, yes, I know. I see lots of perfectionists here. I used to be all of them, by the way. The second one, Daredevils, Tanalia, Portia, Melissa. Yep, 100% guilty. The Daredevils are those who have a project, let's say, for 1 month. And when do they do it? The night before, of course. Oh my goodness, the project is due tomorrow. Let me work on it tonight. And then the printer broke and the computer is not working. Anybody? The daredevils are those who have like an appointment 30 minutes away from the house and they leave 20 minutes before and they're like, I'm gonna make it on time. I cannot believe there's so much traffic. Yes, I see you guys, Melissa, Kim, Coretta. Yep, that was, oh my goodness, I was the queen of the daredevils. Yes, I used to be punctual. That's so interesting. Yep, all of the above. Yes, Caitlin, welcome to my world. That was all of them. So the next one is the ostrich. Oh, the ostrich are the dreamers. Their world is perfect in their own mind. They're millionaires. They have lots of plans and this time is going to work out, but they're afraid of taking risks. So they just stay in their own little world and they don't do much, even though they know they could happen, but they just don't. Any ostriches in the house? Diego says, yes, I think I'm the queen. Yes, of the daredevils. I see you. Sharon, not an ostrich. That's okay, Kim. At least one less. I used to be all of them. There you go. The next one, chicken. Oh my goodness. I love the chickens. I love the chickens because the chickens come to me and they're like, Patty, I'm definitely not a procrastinator because I'm a doer. I'm always busy all day. So how can that be procrastination? I thought the procrastinators were lazy. No, it's not the case. So the chickens are those who are very, very busy, but not very productive. Busy, but not very productive. It's like, oh my goodness, what a long day. And what did I do? Not much. I didn't accomplish much in spite of being so tired. What a long day. But they have a lot to do, but they don't know how to prioritize. So they're very busy with the small stuff, but they don't accomplish the big, important things. Anybody? I see. Melissa, Woodrow, Diego, not one. Well done. And then last but not least, the self-saboteur. So the self-saboteurs are those who know exactly what to do. They know exactly what to do, and they either don't do it or they do the opposite. They either don't do it or they do the opposite of what they should be doing. The self-saboteurs, like that used to be me. I was my own worst enemy. My worst enemy. Sadly. Not anyone else but me against myself. Shirley, I see you, Kearney. Whiska, I know. I've been there. So everybody, let me show you how this works. So I have my former student, my friend Megan. She came to me. She's like, Patty, my business is not working. I don't want to get in touch with my potential clients. I worked together with her. We discovered the real reasons behind her procrastination. And guess what? Megan called me. She's like, Patty, in 2 weeks, she increased her income by 25%. 25%, can you imagine if in 2 weeks you increase how much you earn by 25%? And she said, well, I increased my prices. She got confident enough to increase her prices. And she started following up with her potential clients. And she sent me this text message like, Patty, I love making phone calls now. She stopped hiding. And she said, I tried them 6 times. Talking about bold and not having fear of rejection or judgment. 6 tries and they come around. It changed her life. So that's Megan. And then Shayna came and she's like, Patty, my business is not growing. Same. She was not exercising. She was not eating very healthy. And she had a lot of unfinished business and projects, including her website. She's like, I'm very, very overwhelmed. But then in just 3 days, we discovered her style of procrastination and why she was procrastinating. She started exercising. Listen, every day at 6 a.m. She completed her website and she started working on her relationships. Did you know that you can actually procrastinate on relationships? Say yes in the chat. You can stay in toxic relationships that you should cut out and you don't. You procrastinate and not having those conversations that you should have out of fear. Yes, correct. I currently, D, oh my goodness, I had a hard time with this for a long time. You don't say no. You say yes when you mean to say no. Melissa, I know. So that was Shayna. And then she started working on herself. She tripled her income in 45 days. And then she started sending me pictures of her working out every day, saying, Patty, I really haven't seen myself like this anymore before. Even if my business fails, you changed my life. I didn't change her life. She changed her life. And this is one of my favorite little testimonials. She said, thank you for everything. You're really doing God's work. Yay. That's the best thing that somebody can say. And then last, I have my wonderful former student who I love with all of my heart. Brenda came to me. She was just out of cancer. And she said, Patty, I've been overstressed. I'm out of cancer. I've been stuck and unmotivated. I've been dreaming of becoming a coach for years, Patty, for years. And I said, okay, let's stop procrastinating. We discovered the real reasons behind her procrastination. And her first client, listen, I know this is crazy. Drew is there, my assistant. She told me like a few months ago, she said, Patty, we have a typo in our presentation. We put 70,000 in her first client instead of 7,000. But reality is, it was 70,000. This is the text message that she sent me. I'm so excited. I signed a consulting contract for $70,000 first client. So everybody, that's why I am very excited to tell you the secret number 1. It's a reality. To change anything within you, you need to know why you're doing it in the first place. To change anything within you, you need to know why you're doing it in the first place. So secret number 1, check. Let's go to secret number 2. And I see somebody did some beautiful coloring with a red pen in the presentation, but it's okay. So secret number 2, everybody, is you need to use the secret weapon. You need to use the secret weapon. Oh, Patty, what is that? Well, we've been lied to before. I don't know if you guys remember, but in the past, the IQ, intelligence quotient, people were like, oh, if you have a high IQ, then you're going to be successful. You remember those times? But it happens that there's something called EQ. It goes for emotional quotient. And that's what awareness and regulation of our emotions. Awareness and regulations of our emotions. And listen to this, everybody. Listen to this because this is so powerful. It's been proven, 3 different universities did studies, that 85% of our success is based on EQ, not in IQ. 85% of our success comes from EQ, emotional intelligence. And the good thing is we can increase our EQ. With IQ, we're stuck with it. If we have a high IQ, it's like, good for you. But if not, that's it. But EQ we can develop. So basically, success is in our hands. So that's why I call the secret weapon the EQ superpower. The EQ superpower. So if you don't get anything from this webinar, guys, this is the summary, okay? Procrastination is not a time management issue. Procrastination is not a time management issue. Procrastination is an emotional management issue. Procrastination is an emotional management issue. And that's why, if that's the issue of it, then what's the solution? You remember we said there are 5 types of procrastinators. Some of us used to be all of them, and 4. So we had the perfectionist, the ostrich, the chicken, the daredevil, and the self-saboteur. Remember? And we said, well, the reason of this procrastination is the fear of judgment, fear of reality, fear of failure, anxiety, or fear of success. So if now we know that this is the real reason, would you say to somebody, that's okay, you procrastinate, just buy a calendar. Or just get a good planner, a cute planner that'll do. It's ridiculous. And that's what we've been told over and over by many coaches and books and YouTube. Oh, just like create a blockage on time. It does not work because the solution is on managing the emotions. The solution is on management of emotions. So the old way would say, get a calendar, set up reminders, make a list. Oh my goodness, I have so many lists. Have New Year's resolutions, which by now, February, most New Year's resolutions, they're gone. And mine were like 10 years over, same every year. So this is the old way. And don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean that I cannot use a calendar. These are just tools, but they're not the solution. The solution is in the EQ superpower. You need to spot what triggers you into anxiety, into fear, into no action. You need to be aware of your emotions. Know your excuses. What is it that you're telling to yourself? And you need to create a committed action. And committed action is such a complex thing to explain, but I'm going to try to simplify it, okay? I'm gonna show you my baby. Oh my goodness. Does anybody have a dog or likes dogs? This is my baby. Her name is Patchy. And I love Patchy. Now, if you have a dog, say it in the chat. I love doggies. So what happens with dogs? Yes, a doggy. Yes, I see you, Jessica, too. So you know if you've seen a dog. My dog is bossy. That's funny. Jessica has too. So basically, you tell a dog, sit, they sit. Turn, they turn. Paw, and they give you their paw, right? Like you command your doggies into action. You command them. Well, it happens that you can learn how to command your own brain into doing things. It's called neuroscience. It's called neuroscience, and this is more complex than I have time to explain, but there is a way to get a hold of your own brain and teach it how to act. So that's the difference between the 2 sides of our brain, limbic system and prefrontal cortex. Anyway, it's fascinating. And let me tell you how this works. So this is my good friend Claudia now. Lisa, funny. We can retrain it. Claudia was trying to lose weight forever. Like, oh my goodness, Patty, I've had all type of gyms, diets. And she was like, every day I eat well during the day, but at night I feel so lonely and tired. And then I feel, oh, well, I deserve this. And she started to eat and drink. Anybody? It was emotional. So We started working on her triggers when she was home alone, the excuse, I deserve it, and we created neuroscience-based committed action. Result? She lost 5 pounds in the first week of us starting working together. And this is not a weight loss program, FYI. I just want you to know the power that we have to change every single area of our lives if we get a hold of emotional intelligence. So that's Claudia and her personal life. And then Cola came to me like, Patty, I'm struggling. She's a CPA. She's like, I'm a good CPA, Patty, but I don't have many clients. She said, I was too busy. We found her triggers, created committed actions for her. And then she calls me 10 months later. This is not a typo either. She grew her business by 600%. 600% is insane just by applying the EQ, emotional intelligence power. So everybody, that's why I am so excited to tell you that secret number 2 is you need to use the EQ secret weapon. The EQ secret weapon, secret number 2, check. And last but not least, here we go, secret number 3. You need to invest in coaching. What, Patty? Well, I'm a coach and I have a coach. I have 2 coaches actually. And I'm going to tell you why this is so important. Most people think, oh, I can do it on my own if I make my own effort. Has that worked for anybody? I tried to do it on my own for a long, long time. And it does not work. It's actually been proven that you're almost 50%, 50% more likely to succeed if you have a community surrounding you. And you have 80, this is crazy, like almost guaranteed success, 80% more likely to succeed if you have a mentor or a coach. And a mentor or coach doesn't mean it's your grandmother or your friend who's gonna walk with you and it lasts for 2 days. It has to be a professional. It has to be somebody that will go deeper than let's create a calendar. It has to be a professional that is aware of emotions and how to change that. So reality is you need to have a coach to unveil your blind spots, to show you the step-by-step process to help you save money and time, because time is money. If I did not have a coach back then, I promise you, be still struggling with the same issues from 12 years ago. A coach needs to keep you accountable. I have like Shayna that I showed you. People send me pictures in the morning saying, I'm exercising, or I did this, I connected with clients. It's important to have accountability. And most importantly, it's important to make changes now, like right now, before it's too late. Oh, Patty, that's so negative. It's never too late. Well, sometimes it's too late. Reality is there are opportunities that come and go. There are people that come and go. And sometimes it is too late. So we need to act right now. Let me show you what happened with Leah. Leah came to me. She's like, Patty, I actually do really well. Super successful in business, but she was single and she wanted to find somebody. She was in the apps and she's like, but I don't dare to send messages to anybody. I'm just afraid that they will not respond. I said, you're going to send one message to the guy that you like the most today. She's like, oh, he might be very unattainable. She did. And he responded. And guess what? They got married 1 year later after doing SP30. I call this Stop Procrastinating in 30. They got married 1 year after finishing the SP30 course. And this is not a matchmaking program, everybody. So don't come back to me and say, Patty, where's my husband? This is just to show you it works in every single area of your life. If it's losing weight, if it's finding somebody, if it's growing your business, if it's cleaning the house, if it's exercising, it just works. And then last, I wanted to show you Noemi. She was looking for her purpose. She was working for the hospitality business, and she took a course to become a yoga instructor for 2 years, and she wouldn't finish it until she worked on her procrastination. She opened her own business. She changed countries. She was working in Australia, and she moved to Spain, and now she is fulfilling her dream. And like Noemi, I have had hundreds upon hundreds of people with clean houses, with healthy lifestyles, with successful businesses. It just works. So I'm very happy to tell you guys that secret number 3, I've seen it working every day for years and years. You need to invest in coaching because you need to have somebody that knows what they're doing and accountability. So that was secret number 3, everybody. If you want to stop procrastinating, this is the summary. You need to be an honest person. Number 0. Number 1, you need to discover your real reasons, your why behind your procrastination. You need to start using and understand the secret weapon, the EQ superpower, the emotional intelligence superpower. And last but not least, invest in coaching. If you do this, let me ask you guys, do you think that if you apply these concepts in your life, it would make a difference? Say yes in the chat. Do you think it would make a difference if you were to apply these concepts? Kim, yes, Wiska. Yep, Tanelania, I hope I can learn how to say your name. Yes, I see you, Maria, Diego, Corrida, Amit. Yes, 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 I've seen it. I've seen it in my life, and I've seen it with hundreds and hundreds of people. So I'm going to challenge you, okay? Now you have to make a choice. You can come here and say, oh, thank you so much, Patty. Thank you. This was wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. But if you do nothing, listen to me, Stan, Justin, I see you. If you do nothing after this webinar, you've just wasted 1 hour of your precious life. If you do nothing, this was just a waste. So right now, you need to make a choice. You need to make a choice. Because there's actually a cost of taking action. That's a reality. If you take action today, it's going to cost you time and effort, money. It is a cost involved in it. But there's a bigger cost on doing nothing. There's a higher cost of doing nothing. So what if I could help you? This is why I was put in this earth for, to help others. What if I could help you? I'm going to tell you how, okay? So I have set time in the next 2 days. I have cleared my calendar for the next 2 days to talk with you personally, one-on-one, how to apply these ideas into your own life. It's what I call the breakthrough session. So you and I will meet. It's a Zoom call for 1 hour. We'll meet one-on-one, not as in a group, just one-on-one via Zoom, and we will create a game plan for you based on your circumstances and based on what we learned today. And then at the end, I'm going to explain how you and I can work together. If we're a good match for each other, amazing. We'll do wonders together. If not, it's okay. At least you have a game plan to continue. And people are like, okay, Patty, yes, I want that, but how much is it? 0. It's free. This breakthrough session has no cost at all. And people are like, well, but why, Patty? What's the trick? There's no trick here. I just really love to help people. I love this. My coach says you shouldn't be meeting with people one-on-one. I don't care. I still do. I absolutely love doing this. So If you want to work with me, we'll talk about it in the one-on-one. If not, I'll be able to help you and support you. Stan, yes. So we can meet soon, but this is not for everybody. This is not for everybody. There's two conditions I have for you to meet with me, okay? First condition is you must be ready for a change. You must be ready for a change. Do you remember secret number 0? Secret number 0 is like, oh, I'm not sure, it's bad, not too bad. You need to be honest with yourself. So 1, Diego, not yet. So must be ready for a change, but we'll talk about later. And second, you must be positive and willing to learn and open to implement new ideas. If you're ready for a change and you're ready and open to learn, then this is for you. And if this is for you, you can book your appointment now. My favorite word, because I don't procrastinate anymore. Barbara, thank you. So I'm gonna tell you, Stan, Barbara, and everybody that is ready for this. So if you say yes to those 2 questions, then you can reserve a spot now. And this is my phone number. You need to text me right now at 813-789-1097. Justin, yes. If you can text me, you can. So this is what's going to happen. If you're in, any of you are in, you need to text me right now and say, Patty, I'm in, and tell me your name, because otherwise I would not know. It's 813-789-1097. Correct. So text me, say, Patty, I'm in, and my name is Barbara or Stan or whoever else, okay? And then what we're gonna do is I'm going to respond after I finish this, and I'm gonna say, what time are you available tomorrow? And then we'll set up a time and I'll send you, you give me your email and I'll send you an invitation. And we'll meet up tomorrow during the day, either tomorrow or Thursday. I have 2 days open. You also can send me, thanks Drew, a message in WhatsApp. If you're outside the country or whatever, you want to WhatsApp me, you can say +1, which is the US code. And then again, 813-789-1097. Justin, I know you said, I don't know if you text me. Oh my goodness, I have so many messages. I'm going to go to sleep like at 3 a.m. Responding to each of these messages. Every time I say, oh my goodness, it's not going to be that many, but I have many, 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 many. I am so excited. I told Drew, my assistant, got it. I get so excited when I get these messages because each of you that send me a message, have the opportunity to change your life. Oh, that's what I live for. So, my pleasure, my pleasure. Tanelaya, yes? Say yes if I finally said it correctly. Tracy, my pleasure. Questions, do you accept EAP? Oh, I see your question. I see your direct message. I will respond to you directly. Maria, my pleasure, my pleasure. Mil gracias, con gusto. Thank you, Stephanie. Everybody, it's been such a pleasure. Oh, I see. If you want an appointment with me tomorrow or Thursday, Melissa, it's my pleasure. Send me a message, Courtney, my pleasure. Say, I'm in, tell me your name. And then in 5 minutes or so, oh my goodness, I have so many people. Then I will respond to you. Be patient. Thank you, Stephanie, same. Be patient. I will respond to you, Angel. My pleasure. As soon as I get a chance. Amen. I love it. Those who are saying, my pleasure, Christine. My pleasure. Rosalind. Rosalind, make sure, please, Rosalind. Make sure, please, that you text me, okay? If not, if any of you don't have text message for some reason, send me your email here, and I will ask Drew, my assistant, to reach out to you. Portia, my pleasure. Tyler, can you show the 3 steps one more? Yes, 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 yes. I did text you. Okay, good. Wiska, my pleasure. whoever asked me for the 3 steps, I will go back in a moment. I'm going to leave the phone number until people just send it to me. I have your information and I will reach out. Mil gracias. I'm Colombian as well, Lori. Oh, that's so good. Nice to meet you. Mucho gusto. Evelyn, my pleasure. Well done, everybody. Well done for being here. This was an investment on your own self. What a gift. What a gift you did from you to you. Well done for loving yourself enough for having a meeting just for you, for your growth. Portia, that's okay, Lori. Thank you. I'm glad you were here. Yes, Angel, Kirsty, Melissa, Courtney. Okay, I think I responded to everybody. Dee, my pleasure. Malika, my pleasure. I have, oh my goodness, so many messages. It's 8:01. Oh, this is absolutely insane, Drew. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to go back. I don't remember who said wanted the 3 steps. I don't know what if you're still there. I imagine you meant the 3 secrets. I imagine is this what you were looking for? If you have just joined this meeting, and I'm gonna tell you something. I am going to send a replay. If you just joined this meeting, please tell me that you missed it, and then I will send you the replay. And also, everybody, I have just offered a meeting for everybody that came to the meeting today. So this can be for you as well. Okay, if you miss this, I can send you a replay and I will happily, yes, well done. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, thank you. I will happily send you a replay and then set up an appointment with you. Tyler, I'm gonna send you a replay anyway so that you can watch it and then just write it down. Caitlin, gracias. I appreciate you. Thank you. Well done. Yes, Kirsty. Well done, everybody. Well done for being here. Well done for loving yourself so this much to spend 1 hour of your time to grow. Oh my goodness. Most people out there are not doing anything about their issues. You guys did. You're here for you. I commend you for that. This is how I learned a long time ago. The first step was life-changing, and now it is for you guys. So I am very, very happy, very proud. Stan, oh my goodness. Yes, it's my pleasure. My pleasure. I know you were asking for an appointment. I hope if you didn't get the number, let me know. Or if you need any help, let me know. Sharisa, thank you. My pleasure. Please send a replay. I'm going to take a picture of this for my wonderful assistant, Drew. I am going to save this chat anyway to have everyone's information. And then I have somebody who asked me a private question. Let me just make sure that I got it. Portia, are you still there? If yes, then just know that I'll reach out to you. If no, then if you will not hear what I'm about to say. But I'll get in touch with Portia whenever we get back to that. Everybody, I think it's that time. It's 8:04. At 8:05, I will disconnect and start sending messages to all these amazing and wonderful people that want to stop procrastinating. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get back with each of you, but I will do my very, very best. Carlos, oh my goodness, it's my pleasure. Thank you, Drew. No, my pleasure, Diego. I know you asked about if I do it in Spanish. Not yet. It's on the works, but it's not quite there yet. But yes, in my mind, I definitely want to help my fellow Latinos. So if you have any ideas, I welcome any ideas. Anyway, everybody, I'm gonna disconnect now so I can just start sending messages to everybody. Well done for being here, and then I will see you all very soon. Well done for making it. Bye, everybody.